Well, the Israel-Hamas conflict is dividing South African political parties. Today, the EFF is picketing at the Israeli embassy in an effort to engage with the Israeli ambassador to South Africa, Eli Belotserkovsky, who has declared that his country, as you heard there, will not stop with its bombardment of Gaza until Hamas is wiped out. SABC News reporter Ntlantla Kgatlane has the latest. Ntlantla, a good morning to you. I mean, talk to me about what you're hearing from those that are protesting, and of course, just the numbers that we are seeing. Julius Malema, of course, expecting that not just EFF members and supporters will be there, but the general public also wanting to join in to this march that he's leading.
Well, indeed, Nalid, coming to you right here from Pretoria, just a walking distance from the Israeli embassy, where the EFF is here to register its voice in terms of the conflict that is happening there. Yes, indeed, we expect the EFF leader to be here, but since our arrival, we've seen a couple of buses, come in here to come and join in this picket of the third largest party in Parliament. But with me, I'm with the chairperson of the EFF, Veronica Mente, who's going to just talk to us with regards to what to expect and why they are here. Thank you so much, Chairperson. I guess the question that I would love to start with is, a lot of protests, a lot of marches have happened before. People are asking that what more can be done, to ensure that your grievances are heard.
Thank you very much for having us. For anyone to be heard in a situation like this one, where brutality is meted upon innocent people, in particular innocent children, that every 15 minutes a child is killed in the Gaza Strip, over 100 kids are killed on a daily basis, is a harshest measure where every country should remove the Israeli existence in their shores. Just like here in South Africa, we're saying the Israeli embassy must go. If they cannot stop what they are doing, the brutality and the cruelty that they are doing to the people of Palestine, if they don't stop it, then they must go. They must leave the shores of this country. They must actually be chased away from each and every corner, because no one should be aligning with such brutality. You cannot either take a non-alignment stance on such instances where people get killed in such a brutal manner, where children are left without parents. Many children that we see on the news, they do not know where the parents are. Most probably parents are killed by now. Who are those killed children going to? Where are they going to go to? Who is going to raise them? Who's going to take care of those children? So we have to find a way. The most drastic measure is for the Israel state to be sent a message that it must not exist anywhere else in the world. If it wants to have a singular existence, then it must exist in Israel only.
Talking about drastic measures, do you think or believe that enough is done with regards to supporting the Palestine?
Not enough is being done. For instance, here in South Africa, our state and our government has taken a non-alignment kind of a stance. What kind of a measure is that if ever you are to intervene in such cruel humanitarian crisis, and for the USA and the G7 in particular to have already shut down the ceasefire call within the UN embassy. It's a call that many people, especially the ones that are powerful, are now taking over and enjoying seeing the countries like Palestine suffering. Therefore, it calls for everyone who cares for the people's well-being and human rights in particular to now tell their state, we are not only here to tell the Israeli embassy to leave our shores, we are also sending a message to our government that stop being a coward. Stop this cowardice stance of non-alignment, because people are being killed on a daily basis. They don't have to be your friend. You don't have to have a political relationship or anything. The fact that there is a human rights crisis, it means that it can come to us as well. And therefore, just like the same way we obtained our political freedom, we engaged the globe and the globe supported us. We ought to support the call that the Palestinians must be left alone to live as human beings in their own land. They are not troubling anyone. They are not starting wars with anyone. But the Israeli, out of its own cruelty and its own anger that we do not know is directed at the Palestinians, whom are just staying in their own land and not troubling anyone. Therefore, we are here to call for the state to stop taking a non-alignment stance, as well as the Israeli embassy to leave our shores.
Talking about non-alignment, do you think enough is done also internationally? I mean, we remember the Ukraine-Russia conflict, where Russian President Vladimir Putin was dealt with harshly. Do you think the international countries are fair when it comes to this issue of Israel and Palestine?
They're not fair at all. They provided every support they can to the Ukraine so that NATO can go and have its military base in the Ukraine. And Putin, rightfully so, defended his own country. Fortunately enough for Putin, he has the military power, he has the support, and everything he required in order to defend his own country. Now, what is happening to Palestine and what Israel is doing to the Palestinians is exactly what the NATO has done to many other countries. And therefore, it's not a shock for us to find the countries of the G7 saying that no, the ceasefire is not going to be supported by them. It's something that we know that's what they find happiness in, seeing people in the countries that are not so powerful suffering the way Palestine is suffering. Therefore, here in South Africa, we are saying we are not going to allow what the US and the G7 groups is saying, and we are equally not going to allow anyone to invade the Palestinian land and brutalize and terrorize the people of Palestine, because the genocide that is there now, it's now meted at wiping the entire Palestinian well-being and existence.
Well, thank you so much. Naledi, that was the EFF's national chairperson here to register their voice in terms of this issue of Israeli and Palestine, saying that Israel should be isolated, saying that they want them gone from South African shores. With that being said, Naledi, it's back to you in studio.
Yeah, thank you for that. Ntlantla, Kgatlane, keeping a close eye on that story.